Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you something different. I want to show you how you can start your very own two-strand twist locks by yourself at home. A lot of us are in quarantine, and I know a lot of you all have also reached out to me asking about starting your own lock journey. So I want to show you an easy way that you can start your own locks by yourself without a professional. All you need is some time and very minimal tools to get started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your hair is freshly washed. This is so that you can be sure that your hair is starting off on the right foot. You don't want to start on dirty hair. You want to make sure that your hair is clean because the first few washes that you'll be doing on your new starter locks will not be very intensive. So you basically want to make sure that you have a clean foundation to get started. Now the next thing you see is me using this long tail comb to divide up her hair and give her nice, precise, clean parting spaces. So this is very important that you just take your time to part your hair clean. If you are really into having clean parts, you want to make sure that this step is not something that you just overlook and you just speed through, but take your time, have some patience, and even ask a friend or a family member to help you with some parting spaces. If you don't have a friend or family member around, use an extra mirror. Take some pictures with your own phone, but make sure that this step is very much considered very well before you continue. So as you can see, the thing that I'm using here to moisturize her scalp is Blue Magic hair grease. Now, before y'all come for me, okay, you can use anything pretty much, but I am choosing to use hair grease. One, because this is my cousin and she brought this product here to my home, and also because she has severe dry scalp. She actually has a lot of dandruff that we worked through during the course of this video. So in my experience, hair grease helps solve that dry problem. So that's what I'm choosing to use, and I'm using it on her scalp and just enough at the base of the hair. So here I started with the two-strand twist, but then I realized that her hair is a different texture in the back. It's more softer. So I need something that will actually hold. So I decided that I would take out the two-strand twist and start with braids. I would start with braids, and then as I continued through the length of the lock or the starter lock, I would then give her the two-strand twist. This is so that the braid will lay flat and also won't untangle and unravel, because if you have soft texture hair like she does in the back, your hair is very prone to unraveling. And you know, I just find that this is an easy way to keep the hair neat and tidy for a longer period of time, especially when you first start washing your hair. So this is really easy. All I'm doing is taking the root and braiding the hair down just for maybe, let's say, about 2 seconds, and then I split the braid into two and continue with the two-strand twist. I love the grease also because it gives a slight hold to the twist, and it, for me and for her hair texture, I find that it helps to keep the twist more clean and neat for a longer period of time without unraveling. It seals in the moisture as well. So you can use just about anything. Well, let me not say that. You want to use minimal hair products when you start off your locks. You don't want to start off with the creamy custards and all of the things that you used to use when you were loose natural, especially if it is very creamy and custardy and it has a white color to it. It's very opaque. You want to avoid those products when you start your locks off. I'm speaking from experience. I started off with those products and ended up with build up very early in my lock journey. So you want to use products, very minimal products, things that will not stay in your hair for a long period of time. So you want to avoid custody products. You want to avoid wax. Wax is really, really hard to wash out. So avoid that at all costs. Here I'm using grease because in my experience, as I use grease to retwist my locks, and I've had locks now for 3.5 years, it washes out very easily without leaving anything in my locks. So you can also try olive oil or grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil is really light, and you really don't need a whole lot of products to get started with your lock journey. You just want to use the bare basics, the bare minimum. Like I just mentioned, I am speaking from experience where I started off with using the very most. You want to keep it very minimum because someday, maybe a week or two from now, you're going to wash your hair, and you want to make sure that you use products that are easy to wash out of your hair and will not remain stuck in your hair and lead to a weird, white film staying in your locks. You want to start your lock journey off on a good foot. With clean hair, moisturized hair, but you will realize soon that it doesn't take a whole lot to moisturize your hair while it is locked. Some people have a different problem, but for the most part, all you need is water, maybe a leave-in conditioning spray, a very light one, and an oil. So I'm continuing to give her parting spaces. I realized that I did give her kind of like a row parting space. I didn't exactly do a brick parting space back here. So as I move up on the top of her hair, as I braid upwards, I do eventually give her more of a brick parting. So that one parting space overlays the others and doesn't give her too much of that scalpy look. But she doesn't mind because her hair is really thick, and eventually it's going to grow where you won't even see the scalp. For her, I don't think she'll ever have a problem with too much scalp showing in the back. I know that's a problem that some of us have with locks. Some of us wish we had started our parting spaces differently, because as we retwist, we realize, okay, I have too much scalp showing. I wish I started, one way or the other, and so forth. Which brings me to my next subject where I talk about parting space. A lot of you guys mentioned that you like the square parting space, you like the circle parting space, the diamond parting space. Personally, I started off with the square, and then I just kind of like felt my way through and did whatever because I just wanted to hurry up and get locks already. For her, I'm giving her a square parting space. Personally, I wish that I had started with something more like fun and different, like maybe a diamond or a triangle parting space. I don't know, I just feel like it would probably give a little bit more dimension to the look, especially after you retwist. It would give more of a funky flavor. I'm not sure. Let me know if you started off with triangle or diamond parting spaces down below. Actually, let me know which parting space method you started your locks off with, and if you are watching this video and you're trying to figure out which one, let us know which parting spaces or which parting technique are you considering right now. Now, she has a thick set of hair. Like, she has 4C hair. It's very thick. In the back, you saw that she had more of a fine texture, but as we get up to the crown, she has very thick hair. So you'll start to see that I will, as I braid, have to pause and detangle the rest of the hair because a lot of the hair kind of got into the way. Like I said, all you need is water, maybe some oils in that water. That's all you need to moisturize your hair while doing the style, because you want to actually start the style off with not semi. You don't want to start the style off with dry hair. You want to make sure that it is moisturized. So After you wash your hair, make sure to give yourself enough time for it to 80% dry, and then you start this style off. But you'll see that I continue to spray her hair because her hair did start to get dry as I braided, because this style took a long time to braid, to get started. I actually took out maybe 6 hours that day just to get started with her locks. So if you are doing this yourself, you have to give yourself enough time. Like, if you are in quarantine right now, listen, you ain't got nowhere to go. So you might as well just take some time for your hair. If you are considering to do this, put on a Netflix movie, a YouTube video or two, and get started. You will be very happy that you took time and you had patience setting the foundation, because this is so important. Like, so many of the people that I speak to that have locks talk about the mistakes that they made when they started their lock journey off. And a lot of that has to do with not having the patience and the time to actually cultivate the foundation. So just take your time to cultivate the foundation, because this is really important. It really has a lot to do with how your hair grows out as you continue with your locks. And if you are kind of on the fence and don't know whether or not you really want to keep locks in your hair, this is a great way to just see how it feels to have locks. In the beginning stages, it's really easy for you to take it out. So if you don't like it, you can always have the freedom to take them out. But right now is a great time for you to kind of experiment, see if you like this journey, see if it really relates to you, if it's something that fits your lifestyle more, as we're all in the house and not really going many places. For those of us that are in the house, this is a great time for you to experiment and see if this is what you want, as we're all indoors. So here I am leading up to the front. I'm giving her a square parting space pattern. I'm not giving her a brick, because she will be doing more hairstyling that requires neat parting spaces. And as you see, I brushed her edges out so that she has the baby hairs to play around with, especially in the beginning of the lock journey, where she may feel a little uncomfortable with the changes that go on with her hair. She likes her baby hairs to be laid, so it gives it adds dimension to the baby locks, as she's still experimenting and figuring out this new journey hair wise. So this is really easy. Like I said, I'm pretty much continuing the same process again. And if you have clips, they will really help you to keep your hair organized as you work your way up. Because as you can see, it can get a little confusing if you have your hair all tangled and you just don't have it organized in a way that you can directly access the hairs that you are braiding. So you definitely want to make sure that you have the clips, the combs, very minimal tools to help you do this and for it to be an easy process for you. So as you can see, we're still braiding and I think she got a little antsy by this point. But I mean, if you are starting to get a little tired doing this, take some time to just rest. You don't have to do the whole thing all the way through. You can divide this installation throughout the course of a few days if you wish to. But I wanted to do her hair and just finish it as quick as possible. She didn't want to take too many breaks. And so we just went straight through with just a few breaks in between. Personally, I love starting locks with two-strand twists. I feel like, in my experience, since I have started with braids and two-strand twists, I feel like the two-strand twist technique really allows you to still have fun with your hair as it is becoming as it is becoming more of, as it begins to mature, you get to have fun with it. For me personally, I used to do twisted styles a lot, so it was very easy for me to wear two-strand twist and still be able to feel cute, do the styles that I used to do. It wasn't like a drastic change from the norm. And it also, two-strand twists also help you to get the full lock look. So I feel like when I started my braid locks, when I started braids, and I later on took those out and installed two-strand twists, the braids more so constricted my hair, where my hair did not have the ability and the freedom to expand naturally. Here with the two-strand twists, you give your hair the ability to expand and to thicken up, especially if you are interested in growing thick locks. Two-strand twists really give you that freedom in allowing your hair to achieve its fullest potential straight from two-strand twists. I also like comb coils. However, I don't have too much experience with that. But I do know that just by looking at other people's journeys, when they started with comb coils, their hair looked more so quote unquote locked faster than, say, people that started with two-strand twists. And also, if you start your hair with braid locks, it takes a while for the braided pattern to fully dissolve and for your hair to truly look locked. I only started her roots with the braids. That will quickly cover up because I only did like maybe a half an inch of braids and then continue with the two-strand twist. So, and I also didn't do the braids too tight. If you are considering to do it just like I did, don't do the roots too tight when you start off with the braids. Give your hair enough space and freedom for it to expand. Never do the style too tight if you are considering growing full, thick locks. So here we are at the very last two-strand twist, and I am loving how her hair looks. She's got the nice juicy look that is so cute in the beginning, but listen, as you grow out your locks, you will begin to realize that you don't have that shine anymore, and that's a natural thing that happens as you grow your locks naturally. So don't be discouraged. Just know it's a part of the process. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. She loves her hair, by the way. Her hair looks great. It will begin to shrink up as the weeks progress, but this is a great foundation to start a nice full head of locks. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that you give locks a try. Whether you start with two-strand twists, whether you are considering braid locks or comb coils, palm rolling, or whatever method, it's a great time for you to experiment and give locks a try because you can do it by yourself without a technician, well, without a professional, without a loctician, in the comfort of your own home with very minimal tools and just enough time. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Stay tuned for many more videos. I will be uploading almost every day fun, fresh content to help you stay motivated on your journey. See you guys in the next video. Later, guys. Bye.